All right, let's get right into it. We're all part of a crew, right? And sometimes one of our own is just having a really rough time. This is a super simple, practical guide on how to actually spot the signs and what you can do to help a mate who might be struggling. Let's do this.
You know that feeling, don't you? That little nudge in your gut when you're looking at someone you work with every day and they just seem off, like the lights are on but nobody's home? It's a real feeling, and we're going to talk about why you need to trust that instinct.
And this is so important because it takes all the pressure right off your shoulders. Look, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a shrink. Your job is way simpler, and honestly, way more powerful. It's just to notice. It's to be a good mate who's paying attention. So, let's get practical. How do you go from that vague gut feeling to something you can actually put your finger on? Remember, we're not talking about a one-off bad day. We all have those. We're looking for a pattern, a real shift in how someone usually is.
And you know, it's almost always the small stuff, the little things. Maybe it's the person who's always the first to grab a cuppa, who suddenly stops going on tea breaks, or the loudest person on the site who's gone quiet. It's those little changes in their normal that are actually the biggest clues.
So what might you actually see? Well, they might start pulling away from the group, skipping lunch, leaving the group WhatsApp chat. Maybe someone who's usually pretty chill is suddenly snappy and irritable with everyone. Or maybe they're taking shortcuts at work, being a bit reckless when they're normally so careful. And this one's a biggie. If someone starts giving away stuff they really value, like their best tools, pay attention. And hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. Has their sense of humor gotten kind of dark all of a sudden? Are they making little throwaway comments like, "Oh, everyone would be better off without me," or saying "what's the point" a lot more? Sometimes people say things like this to test the water. They're trying to see if anyone's listening, if it's safe to really talk about what's going on.
Okay, so you've noticed a pattern. You're worried. What now? This is the bit that everyone thinks is the hardest, but it really doesn't have to be. It's all about just building a little bridge for them, making it easy for them to talk. Let's break it down. It really just boils down to these 4 things. First, pick your moment. Don't do it in front of everyone. Maybe when you're walking to the vans or grabbing a coffee. Just the 2 of you. Then, start with what you've seen, not what you're guessing. And most important of all, just let them know you're asking because you genuinely care.
And if you're thinking, but what do I actually say? Just steal this, seriously. I've noticed you've been a bit quieter lately. I care about you and just wondered how things are. See? It's not an accusation, it's just a simple observation followed by genuine care. And opening like that makes it safe for them to be honest. It says, I see you and you matter to me.
Now what if they do start talking? Your instinct might be to jump in and try to fix everything. But your most powerful tool isn't advice. It's not solutions. It's just your ears. It's your ability to shut up and just listen. This slide is absolutely massive. Look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the stuff we all say sometimes, like cheer up or just be positive. We mean well, but what it can do is shut the conversation down. It kind of dismisses their pain. Now look at the right. I can see this is heavy. Or even, I don't have the perfect words, but I'm with you. That keeps the door open. Okay, now we're at the most crucial part of this whole thing. If everything in the conversation and everything in your gut is telling you that this is really, really serious, there's one question you might need to ask. It takes guts, but it might be the most important question you ever ask anyone in your life. And here's why you have to ask it. Being silent because you feel awkward or scared doesn't make anything better. In fact, silence is like a fertilizer for these thoughts. It lets them grow in the dark. Bringing it into the light by asking directly is the kindest, safest thing you can do. So, you take a calm breath. You look them in the eye, and you ask them directly, just like this. Are you thinking about ending your life?
Now, I have to be crystal clear about this, because it's a huge myth that stops people from helping. Asking that question will not put the idea in their head. I'll say it again. It does not plant the idea. What it does do is give them permission. It opens a door for them to finally be honest about a terrible secret they might be keeping.
So what happens if they say yes? It's so important that you remember your role here. You are not a superhero. You are not a crisis team. You are a crucial first link in a chain of support.
This says it all, doesn't it? Your job is to be that caring human link. You connect them from this moment of crisis to professional help. You don't have to carry this all by yourself, and neither do they. So if the answer is yes, you stay calm and you follow this plan. First, just thank them for trusting you. That took incredible courage. Then ask, do you feel safe right now? If they have a plan and they know how they would do it, that is an emergency. You call 999 or get them to A&E. If the risk isn't immediate, your job is to help them get connected.
Okay, this slide right here is your practical takeaway. I want everyone to grab your phone right now and take a screenshot of this. I'm being serious, do it now. This has the key contacts you need. Having this on your phone means you're not scrambling in a moment of panic. It's there, ready to go, for a mate, or maybe even for you one day.
And we're not done yet. The conversation doesn't just end when you part ways. What you do next is just as important, the follow-up. That's how you show them you weren't just going through the motions, you actually meant it.
Look, it doesn't have to be some grand gesture. A simple text the next day, thinking of you. That's it. That little message can make a massive difference. It shows them they're not alone, and it proves your support is real. It builds that trust.
And finally, this one's for you. Having a chat like this is heavy. It can take a lot out of you. So it is absolutely vital that you look after yourself afterwards. Talk to someone you trust, your partner, another mate, your boss. Taking care of yourself is what allows you to keep being there for others. It's not selfish, it's essential.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. This isn't about being a hero. It's about small acts of everyday kindness. Just think for a second. Who on your team? Who in your life? Who could you show up for today? Just by asking that simple, powerful question. How are things, really? You have no idea what a difference it can make.